Well, good afternoon, friends. This is Fancy Nancy from FancyNancyStamps.com, and I want to welcome you to my studio today. Today, I'm going to be playing with a new set right out of our brand new catalog that went live today. I'm very excited. Our mini is out there. If you want to access it, you can certainly go on to our Stampin' Up site and you will find it there. But also, I want you to know that if you need a catalog and you want to get your hands on one, please email me because I will make sure that we put one in your hands. Most excited today just to share with you that there's lots of good things happening. My summer shenanigans continues, and for those of you who might be visiting me or watching me for the very first time, Summer Shenanigans has been the kind of a game that we've been playing all summer. It started on solstice, or at the equinox, excuse me, and let me tell you what we do. When you watch a video and you comment or you leave an indication that you're watching with me, your name goes into a drawing. If you place an order of $50 or more, your name goes into a drawing. If you attend an event, whether it's online or it's in my studio, your name goes into a drawing. If you bring a friend who also places an order, your name and your friends goes into that drawing. And so each month on the 20th, I draw for a special prize. Last month it was a beautiful set of designer series paper along with some gems to match it. It's a surprise till the very end, so I will not tell you what's coming up, but of course we're only about 17 days away from a drawing, so you'll want to get your name there. At the end on September 20th, I'm going to put every chip that I have from the whole 3 months, and we were drawing for a $50 gift certificate. And so I want you to know lots of fun ahead. So please follow me, leave a comment, share with a friend. All of those things mean so much to me. So just want to invite you to do that and to participate in the fun and games of Summer Shenanigans. Let's get started. I will give you more information as we go along, but let's get started with our card. Today, this is the set, and you've got to admit that those illustrations are so beautiful, and the sentiments are a combination of a manuscript and a cursive font, which is one of my most favorite things to do. So in our catalog, this comes with a stamp set. It also comes with a set of dies that are fabulous. I'm just going to show them. There's actually 2 pages of dies. Today we're going to use this one, which is really fun. One for our label right here, and one that's going to cut out, excuse me, that wonderful sentiment right on the front. So we've got some really good sentiments that we can use, and I'm going to just set them aside so I always know where they are. I, as always, have my packet ready to begin our activity. So let's start, and I'll just kind of walk you through it and show you what I'm going to do. This is our beautiful soft succulent paper. Oh, before I get going on that, I want to show you the paper. There was also a whole set of designer series paper that went with this stamp set. Just take a look at this. Is this not beautiful stuff? I mean, the colors are just to die for. We've got this beautiful bumblebee. We have a misty moonlight in here. We have a calypso coral, the soft succulent, which I'm going to be using. I just think this paper is scrumptious. So this yummy one that appears to have some manuscript behind the beautiful mottled surface of the soft succulent is going to be so pretty. So let's try this again. So I want to show you what we're going to be using. My card base is going to be made from the soft succulent. I have cut it. It is 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to fold it in half to create that card base. As you know, I always recommend make sure that you have a bone folder in your toolbox because we want a nice, really crisp fold here. It just looks so much more professional when people receive a card that's been folded in that way. I am going to, I'm also going to use, missing a piece of paper. Well, it'll pop up here. I'm going to also use the Evening Evergreen, and I have cut the Evening Evergreen. That doesn't go there. That doesn't go there. Oh, Nancy, what have you done? There, that one goes there. I am going to, I have cut this to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on my card front. I think before I do that, I'm going to also put this beautiful soft succulent designer series paper. There's definitely an up and down, so you want to make sure you get that. I am very discouraged. I have not got this paper right here. And sometimes you're getting ready for class, sometimes you just don't do what you're supposed to do. This is the one I want. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this, I'm going to do my layers first. Lots of times I can get a better handle on, getting things centered and lined up better if I do it layer by layer. Also, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the front. I am using our Stamp and Seal. I have, and it's different for everybody's touch. I've really learned that. I do best with the Stamp and Seal rather than the Stamp and Seal Plus, but I do love it. It's a firmer tape than we've ever had before. So let me just lay this on here. There we go. I told you that I wanted to use this cool die, and it makes, and I'm going to cut it out of this green. So it was very simple. I just laid it out. This is what it looks like when it's all done, and I just think this is going to be an ever so beautiful combination of colors. It's just going to feel good. So let's go ahead and put that on there, and I'm going to apply it using glue, and I'm going to use our multi-purpose glue, and I'm really just going to put it in these bigger spots. We can do this just a little bit. I don't want too much glue. I just want enough to hold it down. I guess anchor it is the right word. So let's apply that. I often tell you guys that I'm making this card for my husband because I make so many cards for his office, but he has someone at the office who really needs some cheering up. So that's what this card's all about. I'm going to take a piece of white paper, and I know I have it here. I'm having way too much fun. And I want to stamp it with our beautiful daisy stamp. And I am going to use my black Memento ink. And by the way, this is just a scrap. That's all I'm just going to ink this up. And put that on. The colors that I'm going to use to color, let me just show you. I am going to be using my blends because I want to add some fun color. So I have a set of the light and dark soft succulent. I have, I think this is the dark soft suede, and then I have a set of light and dark daffodil delight. So I'm going to start with just coloring my centers here. And I really want to go kind of light. I don't want to just color it in solid. see. Let's see, I think I'm happy with that. Then I'm going to take my darkest soft succulent marker, and I am going to work on these stems just a little, and I'm using my finest tip because I really do want to stay in the lines. And I'm really only worried about this on the stems itself. I'll come back and do those leaves here in just a second, but we'll just do this much right now. See how we do here. Kind of want to give it a watercolor look, but not really, because I'm not going to spray it with water. That would really give it a look I'm looking for, but there we go. Let's try our leaves. And I'm going to use a brush on this one. I'll show you why here in just a second. I just want to give it a little start. I just love this color. Makes me think of a soft sage that we used to have, and when it went away I was so sad. And this has come back. It's not the same color at all because I have checked to see, and it's definitely got a little bit more blue in it than our old soft sage did. But my, what a color it is, and I see myself using this a lot over the next 2 years. So let's talk about that for a minute. This is an in color, which means that in colors come to us and they have a shelf life of 2 years. At the end of 2 years, they're done in our repertoire. Now, the good news is when we do a color change up, when we refresh our colors, lots of times some of these great in colors will come back, and we love that when that happens. Okay, I'm going back and I'm going to use my dark soft succulent, and I'm just going to add some texture to these leaves just to have a little fun with it. This is, when these pens came out, this just, I have to admit, just made my day, because coloring is not my best thing, but these pens make us all look like artists, and it's great. Now I'm going to finish it up. I've added the dark. I'm now going to finish it up by just blending, and I always try to go from my darkest color into my lightest color, and just all it does is just cover up, I don't know, if you had a line, I guess, because sometimes without intending we do have lines. And on this one in particular, I think I have lines. Pretty. There we go. So now I'm going to go back with my daffodil, and again I'll start with my lightest color. You'll see me do that mostly, and again I'm going to use the brush tip. We'll come back in a minute and we will add some of the darker color to give it texture. The nice thing is this stamp is a very detailed stamp, and so already the black has provided us with lots of detail. It doesn't really require a lot of work on our part to get what we need, which is spectacular. But we will still use it just for a little extra. I always say that all this print that is on the stamp helps us cheat, I guess, knowing where to shade and where not to shade. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so now let's take our fine point, and I'm just going to add just enough to make it fun. And always, my dark is going to be up here. And I'll do the same thing here, adding my darkest at the top. And we'll finish with just a light little blending. Again, brush point, pulling it down, dark to the light. It's kind of my little mantras that I say as I'm busy doing this. There we go, and we are done. Now, I have obviously, you know, I would be prepared. I've already done one, and I've cut it using this great, whoops, that just flipped, using this wonderful die. And so it does a really nice job. I don't have to do any fussy cutting. It's ready to go. Save that one for the next card I'm going to do. And really, I just kind of want to line them up like that, because I'm going to show you, I am going to add a label here, and I'm going to take it probably right about across about there. And so I want my stems to just kind of fit in, and then we'll put this right over the bottom of them, so you get the idea of what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead, and once again I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue and prepare this. Okay, looks like we're ready. And I will just add that about like that. Apply. Don't you love that? It just calls early fall to me. So now I am looking at words or a sentiment, and I think I want to use this one: sending healing thoughts, may nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. But it's all on one stamp, and I don't want to cut this apart. So the best way for me to do this is to use my I'm going to use my early evergreen, because that really is a nice, it's this color, it's a nice complementary color, and I can ink up my stamp easily. So the front is going to have sending healing thoughts. So I'm just going to color that little bit here. Which will make this very pretty. Huffing is what we do to, that's what we call it anyway, is to make sure that our ink is moist and ready to go. And I noticed when I've been playing with this stamp that it looks higher than what it is. So I know that I can put this up right about here and it will be pretty centered. Yep, it works perfectly. So, and I want this to go up over those stems, and so I'm going to use my dimensionals to do that. And I think these big ones will still be the ticket. Yes, they are. There we go. Let's peel these off. There we go. So there is my front. Now I'm going to use this stamp again, so I want to go ahead and clean it off right now while I can. This is our chamois, and it just does a great job of cleaning up your stamps in between applications, and especially because I just don't want any of the ink to be on. So there we go, that's all cleaned up. So I am going to put a piece of green on the inside, and I have this problem with my sizes of paper again, so let's take a look at how I've cut my white. Sometimes we like to have fun. Things don't quite turn out the way we thought they would. Yeah, I need this on this. Yep, there we go. So you can see that's going to be my layers. So let's go ahead. I want to use, and I bet I don't have it here. I'm going to use soft succulent. So let me just grab that for a minute. Go. I'm going to use kind of a combination here. I'm going to use soft succulent on my, whatever this is. No, I'm not. I'm changing my mind. This is so much fun. I look at these stamps, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do this with my Memento ink again so that I can add some color on the inside. So make sure I've got it inked up well. Put it in my corner, and make sure I get a lid on so I don't get ink everywhere. I'm going to go back to those trusty pins again, and I'll start with the stem. This looks like one of our favorite little thistles from the farm. My husband would be laughing at this moment, thinking, "You're putting that on a card?" Yes, dear, I am. But it will be pretty. Things that are really small and fine like this, we do not have to worry that everything we do is inside the lines. I mean, all of us would love to be that person, but all right. And then I'm going to go with my daffodils again, and I'm going to start with my light color. Again, I'm not being overly cautious. I'm even out of the lines, oh, heaven forbid. And then I will add some darker colors in the center. I'm not really going to worry about blending them on this inside piece because it's just too small. But I am going to make sure that I get ink on my little buds and it's ready to go. Okay. And I think that'll get us all ready for a, it's going to add color to the inside of the card. Once again, I'm going to take my Stampin' Rights, and I am going to, this time, do only the manuscript part of this sentiment, which says, "May nature's beauty bring peace to your soul." So I'm going to ink that up using my pen. It's always a good idea to put it on using the side of your pen, so you don't, because those little nibs can break, and then you've kind of lost a pen, and that's a sad deal. Now there are ways to repair them, but I don't know about you, I like to avoid having to repair them, so try to come up with systems that work. Okay, again, another huff, and I'm ready to go, and I'm just going to put it about midway down, maybe like that. Very nice. Okay, so I'll put that on my green. This feels good. This is coming together nicely. Now this beautiful set, as I said, is in the new mini, and I've also said that this is celebration time. Well, what does that mean? If you're new to Stampin' Up, you have not experienced probably have not experienced a celebration. And I don't know, this is my favorite time of the year. This is the first year that we've had celebration twice in 1 year, and it's 2 months each time. So celebration is going to be in place for July and August. Let me tell you what that means. Every time you place an order for $50, you get to choose from 10 or 11 different items in another small catalog, kind of more a pamphlet. And those items are free when you choose them. And there are such fun ones. I will be doing, my next card will be a card with one of the celebration items, because I want to make sure that you can see the fun you can have when you place that order. Now, I think you're going to like this, guys. There it is. So our card is done and it's ready to go, and it's pretty. Oh, but wait. There's also these that are just beautiful, and they were also in that same suite. They're called brushed metallic adhesive back dots. And when I was looking at this card, I thought that maybe the brass looking one, which is this one, it looks greenish, but it's indeed brass. How would that look? So I'm going to use some of these big ones, and I'm going to put them as buttons on the ends of the card. Ooh, pretty, pretty. Then I'm going to take some of these small ones I don't know about you guys, but gems just do something to a card to make it extra special. And so I find myself always looking for ones to put on cards. So there you have it. So that's Nature's Harvest. Okay. And I never let you go without telling you what's happening in the studio. I have 2 card classes that I'm gearing up for in the month of August. Both of them are going to be used Sweet as a Peach as my my foundational piece. You can use other stamps with my designs, and you certainly can choose to. Papaya is the color I'm featuring as well. We'll be doing a little sponging. We'll be doing a little, I guess sponging is the right word. So rocking techniques that I think you will find very fun, and you're going to make beautiful cards. So let's just talk about that. So the first kit that promotes will be the In Color kit, with the color being papaya. What that means this month, if you order that, and that class is $43 shipped to your door, or $35 for porch pickup. If you order this, you will get a ream of paper, an ink pad and the re-inker, and a set of the Stampin' Blends pens, which, believe me, you will use them a lot. This is a great club because you also get a stamping kit with a PDF of instructions that allows you everything you need to make 8 cards, which would be 4 designs to each of those designs, and for a total of 8. And good news, you'll have everything in that packet except those stamps, and so that's why I tell you that in advance. I do offer those stamps at a lower rate so that you can take advantage and increase your collection of wonderful stamping materials. So if you desire that particular class, if you go to my website, you will see the timeline for each one of those. You've got plenty of time right now. I always say that my calendar runs, the first thing we think about is our paper pumpkin on the 10th, and then we follow it up with the second Wednesday of the month, signing up for the In Color Club that ships on the 3rd Friday. And then the other one is I have an online card class, which is going to be a hoot this month because we are going to be doing some fun folds, some fancy folds. Again, we're going to use the Sweet as a Peach, and Papaya is going to figure in nicely, but there are other beautiful colors too, like our Balmy Blue and our Calypso Coral, so you don't want to miss it. It's beautiful. In your card class, you would receive between $20 and $25 worth of beautiful, brand new, current Stampin' Up! Merchandise that you will use in these cards. In addition, you'll receive a card kit that works exactly the same way as the other club I told you about. It's 4 designs to each of those designs. So you can make 8 cards. Everything you need is in there, along with the PDF of instructions. And keep in mind, you can use stamps of your own liking, but if you should choose, you could also purchase the set from me. And that also will be in that website. It will also be showing as time comes by. You will also have access to it from this website as well. We always sign up for this particular class on the 3rd Wednesday of the month, by the 3rd Wednesday of the month, and it ships on the last Friday. So always beautiful cards, I guarantee it. One last thing on that particular class is $36 a month. It's a subscription service, so you sign up and you're a member, and it comes regularly to you, which is a wonderful thing. However, you may not know me. You may not know my product, and you may say, I'm not sure, Nancy. Can I just try out 1 month? And I will say to you, please do. I do have that option for $40 one time, and you'll find out just exactly what I do, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. I hope you'll be joining me each and every time I do a video. Don't forget, remember, I've told you, Summer Shenanigans is happening right now, and I want you to get points and chances to win, and the prizes are wonderful. I'm trying to think if there's anything quickly I should tell you. I don't think so. I think we've hit it. In Color Club, Online Club, don't forget Paper Pumpkin, brand new catalogs. If you need a catalog, please let me know so I can take care of you. I want to be your demonstrator, and I would love to help you with ideas and merchandise. So until Thursday at 4 o'clock, I'm signing off, but I hope you'll try out, at least take a look at this paper, because you're going to love it. Take a look at the card, and we'll be making something else fun on Thursday. See you then. Bye.